will literally show you the career that you've been wanting, itching, dying to see.
Time to experience the nooks and crannies of careers with your own 2 feet on
K-Patch
with Cedric.
It's a Monday morning, it's 10:06 and 52 seconds, and Sky Sedi from YouTube has brought in his video for us, as he does every Monday morning. Good morning, Cedric.
Good morning, Peter.
How are we doing after a rather wettish weekend?
We are doing pretty well, considering.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you get caught out in the rain at all? Because I've been asking everyone I meet, how do you like the rain and stuff? Because I'm from the UK where we have loads of it. And everyone's answer seems to be, as long as I'm not caught in it, then it's all right.
Yeah, same. Yesterday I was out a little bit, going out for a walk, taking photos. And luckily it wasn't raining.
Nice.
At least in Seoul. But I heard it was a little bit of a different story for you.
Yeah, when I was coming up from Cheongju yesterday, there were like intermittent heavy bursts of showers, and then when I was in Seoul, it didn't look like it had rained that much yesterday, right? On Saturday, were there a lot of rains here?
It was a little rainy.
Okay.
I think it was more so earlier in the day, if I remember correctly. But then Saturday afternoon, it was pretty good.
Nice.
Then went out filming that day, so it worked out. Yeah.
Jubbly. So you had a weekend with your camera, taking photos and filming.
Yes. It was an enjoyable weekend, that is.
It's never far away from your hands, it seems, Cedric, the camera. We have today's hashtag, which is health or 건강. And we're just asking, like, what are your things that you bear in mind to keep your health at a certain level? You're a big gym goer.
Yes.
Apart from that, like diet-wise, are you quite strict, Cedric?
I used to be. I've had better days with that. I think I'm sort of 50-50 now. I enjoy my sweets and desserts, and that is the problem.
Oh, what are your favorite sweets and desserts then?
Ice cream, cookies, and there's a new donut shop that opened up in my neighborhood. It's quite trendy because I see everyone going to it.
What kind of donuts do they do
It's
there?
just, it's imagine the big K donut chain times
crispy
10.
one.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Times 10
it's
in terms
just
of...
size,
really?
taste, everything.
Wow.
So it is great. I see why it's so popular. So I went out and tried it, and I bought 3 donuts the other day.
Fantastic. And they're big ones as well. Okay.
Yeah, they're big.
If you shared, that's okay. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream, Cedric?
Man, right now I would have to say cookie dough.
Oh, cookie dough.
Cookie dough is probably the flavor of the month for me.
I do like something else, not just ice cream. Like something else has to be in there, like bits of biscuit or maybe bits of chocolate.
Sure.
Just not the ice cream. And donuts. Oh, you've got me hungry. We went to Jeju Island for a special broadcast for this show last autumn/winter, and they have a donut chain out there that I don't think is in Korea or wasn't in mainland Korea. It was just in Jeju. That was in one of the Iron Man movies. I don't know how famous it is in the States, but it did feature there. It's got like this logo of a big kind of chubby boy holding a big donut, and the donuts there were massive, like too big, like you couldn't finish one by yourself. It was like a big pie. They were so good as well. But then I realized that's probably why America has a slight obesity problem, portion-wise, maybe.
Slight is very generous.
Yes, it is indeed. Let's get on to today's video and today's topic then, and let our listeners know what they can send in to us.
Yeah, sure. So today we're going to be talking about hot summer day foods in Korea.
Hot summer day foods in the country.
Yes. So that is a thing here on certain days of the summer to eat certain types of food traditionally.
Yeah, we have the Pongnal, which Jihi came in a couple of Thursdays ago because it was Pongnal that day. It was Chobok, which is the first of those dog days.
Great.
And we talked about the trend now for the kind of samgyetang, that chicken soup. You can get like individual little portions or even half portions as well. Are you a fan of that? That's the most representative, like, hot day food, I think.
Right. Yeah, I am a fan of it. To me, it's just a Korean version of chicken noodle soup that we have in the States.
Minus the noodles.
Minus the
with
noodles.
the sticky rice instead, right?
Right. And there's a nice sauce that goes with it, depending on where you go. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. But, now we're in the Jungbok, which is like the middle of the, I guess, the hot days.
Oh, that was actually yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday. So So in honor of that, the first video is going to be one of the foods that I don't know how popular it is, but it is commonly eaten to kind of cool you down on a summer day. And so this is going to be my first experience eating grilled eel.
Oh, grilled eel. Okay.
So let's watch the first video. This is pretty much the preparation of the eel. So you get to see that. So let's watch it.
We call it changor in Korean, right?
Yes.
And there's the name in there. Changor are the last two syllables there. And this is late at night, it seems.
Late
it's dark
at night,
outside.
Yeah. It's about 9 p.m.
I can see in the background some tanks. Mm-hmm. Is that where the eels are living? Oh, there. I caught a glimpse.
Yep. Now,
oh my
check
goodness.
the prices. This is shocking. So for two of them,
62,000
right, and 31,000 for one after.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is quite pricey, isn't it? That's what, about $50 or so.
It is crazy, right?
So you're following the guy. He's going to choose your eels, is he?
Yep.
Is Becky a fan of eel?
She is.
Okay.
She's actually had it before. This would be my first time having it in this way.
Look at them all in there, a bit crowded.
So that kind of grosses me out to see them before they're cooked.
They kind of look like little snakes as well. So he just grabs out a few.
Throws it in there, and they're just flopping around.
Wow. I heard that eels are really amazing at producing slime that slows down any predators that try and eat them in the water. That's why they look proper slimy, I think.
Right. So he takes it to the back, does his thing. And
brings out the coal.
Right.
And the grill.
And then literally they're pretty much ready to serve. So we're going to see that in the second corner. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy that.
Because that's actually quite a fun part. If you're not too squeamish about seeing your food alive, then... especially for kids. My kids love it when there's food on show alive before you eat it. I don't think they connect in their brains that they're about to eat that living creature. Right. They're just like, look, it's alive in a little fish tank.
Right.
And then, hey presto, a few minutes later, they're eating something that they've just seen swim around. Yeah.
Right.
That is a food that's especially seen... I think, for the dog days of summer, but for any time when you need a boost in energy, I think eel is said to be like this kind of vitality food, right?
Yes. I've heard that too, especially for our gender or sex, as you can.
Yeah, they do say it's good for men, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say that about certain foods here, like it's good for the stamina of a man.
Right.
to be
take that as you want to take it. But
absolutely. And we'll see the cooking of it and I guess the eating of it in your second video. Do you know, yesterday I didn't actually realise it was Chungbok, the middle of the dog days of summer, but we were down at a pension by a riverside, and riverside-like restaurants in Korea, it's quite common to do baeksuk, which is the kind of chicken soup minus the rice of samgyetang. I don't know how else it's different because it seems exactly the same apart from the chicken isn't stuffed with the rice. It's already cut into like leg and wing bits.
Right.
And we had that for breakfast yesterday after staying at the pension, which isn't, I guess, so common in the West to have chicken soup for breakfast unless you're feeling quite sick, maybe.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Other than that, we just have sugary foods for breakfast.
Some cereal or some toast or pastries, yeah.
Right.
But it was good. And, yesterday it wasn't too hot because it was raining down there, but still I felt like I'd had a hearty start to the day, and that was nice. Yeah,
I suppose that would be the way to do it because you want to get your energy and your calories in early. That way you have that energy to expend throughout the day. Yeah, so, with coming to the restaurant, first of all, I want to say thank you to Arirang for putting this together for Becky and I. It was very delicious, as you will see in the second corner. But I have to say that prior to going there, I was very reluctant to eat it.
Have you never had it even like on the chobap, or what our listeners might know of as sushi?
Yeah, I've had it on chobap. That's the only time I've ever experienced eel. And that was when I decided I don't think I'm a fan.
Oh, really?
Right. But I think it was more than the taste. It was the idea of what it is.
Okay.
As you guys saw before it was, prepared and caught, it's just like a water snake, slimy looking thing. And if you look at their face, they're not cute.
No, they are quite ugly creatures.
Right.
They often look evil to me. Siska says in Indonesia, eel is yummy. Here we deep fry it or cook it with fumak veggies. I don't know the name of that veggie in English. Oh, that's interesting because here, as you see from the videos so far, it's like the main event, right? Grilling it and then you kind of just eat it. There are side dishes available, but it's not usually mixed in with other veggies. And Josh says, yeah, it seems like an aphrodisiac, much like oysters. Yeah, and in Korea, for a lot of the aphrodisiacs, I think we call them just stamina foods, and it has that kind of implication that it could also be an aphrodisiac. I'm not sure how effective it is. Like, I've had eel many times. It doesn't make me feel like I've been boosted
like
with
any
some...
different.
Yeah, it just is pretty much the same. I'm not sure whether that was sea eel or freshwater eel either, but I think I prefer the sea eel.
Okay.
And the one that is often called gomjango here in Korea, which I think is just from like the streams and stuff. To me, it tastes a little bit too chewy and tough, but we'll get your food review, I suppose, soon.
Yeah.
Is that a common food to eat in the States at all? Eel? Are there dishes of it?
Not at all. Not that I know of. Maybe in certain parts of the States, if any. But yeah, I've always known it to be something that people in the East eat. You know, different Asian countries and cultures, but not so much the States.
Yeah, it can be quite pricey. If I've seen a chango topbap, which is where they have just eel completely covering a bowl of rice.
Yeah.
With some kind of, I'm not sure if it's kind of teriyaki or something like that, a marinade on it, and then you eat it together, often with strips of ginger too.
Right.
And that's quite tasty. Dr. Kim and Coco, who are listening from the States, says we love eels. And yeah, I think a lot of Koreans who enjoy it really will go and have it fairly regularly, right?
Oh, well,
to
yeah.
boost their energy.
Yeah, and one thing that I noticed walking in there is Becky and I were the youngest ones there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I noticed that it was more for the older crowd. I think it's a little bit more popular for the older crowd.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just this generation that's moving away from, you know, those type of foods on a regular.
Yeah, I think you're right that a lot of these stamina foods, or the poyangshik is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Which is maybe even the chicken soup, but it goes into other foods as well, are more believed and I think eaten by the older generation, right? At that place I was at yesterday, at that pension, it was all middle-aged and above couples or even big groups coming there to have that. They also had yomso, goat soup and goat dishes. I didn't know that was a thing in Korea, but apparently it's believed to like be an energy booster.
Right. Yeah. Actually, Becky drinks this. I forget what you call it, but this little drink that comes from a goat. She drinks it every day, and it's very expensive to buy. But her friend has the hookup to get her some supplies.
She has some kind of goat juice.
Yeah, yeah. And
like
so
milk?
No, it's not milk. It's very. It looks like a cold broth, and that's what it tastes like to me.
And
but
it's made from
it
goat.
every day. Yeah.
And that's just for her
it gives
own
her
health.
it gives her energy.
It gives her stamina.
She swears by it. So.
Yeah, that is quite, I think, a countryside thing. At this restaurant as well, just before we get to a song break, they had tokitang, which is rabbit soup or stew, which is, again, not a common thing. But my dad, Brits sometimes eat rabbit as well, like if you're hunting and stuff. And he said it was delicious. I've never tried it because I think they're a little bit too cute and I like Easter eggs. I fear they won't give them to me anymore if I go. Let's get to a Psy track, and maybe he loves a bit of eel. I love it. We're back for part 2. K-Patch with Cedric talking about these vitality, energizing, stamina foods in Korea, especially chango, or the eel. And we got lots of people on board. Furley's here from the Philippines greeting us. And then many of you talking about these interesting foods. Talking about goat, our producer came in as well and said it's especially good for women, maybe why Becky takes it. And his wife had it after giving birth. It's meant to be like an energy booster.
Yeah.
We believe that a lot in Korea. Like the miokguk is the basic, that seaweed soup, which is meant to replenish your iron and your blood and stuff. I don't know in the West, like, what people do after giving birth. There don't seem to be any famous, like, health-enhancing foods that I can think of.
Not that I can think of either. No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just drink orange juice for some vitamin C.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Like my wife, when she gave birth in the UK, they give you toast and a cup of tea, like after you've given birth. And she was like, where's the seaweed soup and all the vitality boosting things? It's just a piece of toast. And I was like, well, that's common here, I suppose. It's a very different mindset. So people are asking, what kind of thing is this? Goat milk, goat juice? It's some kind of, our producer said some kind of hanyak, so oriental medicine, where I guess they've like boiled it down. And you said it's the Hugyumseo.
Yeah, Hugyumseo.
Which I think goes to maybe black goat. I saw some photos at this restaurant I was at yesterday. They had pictures of black goats. I think they must boil down maybe the bones and the meat and stuff like that. And I've not heard of it that commonly. I'm quite surprised that's a thing.
I think it's very more common in like the southern regions like Jeju Island.
Okey-dokey. And Tiger Blue Eyes says, in the States you can get canned goat milk. I have seen goat milk from time to time in the West, maybe in the UK as well. I've not tried it though.
Same. I've only had cow milk, to be honest. And maybe almond milk I think I've tried.
Yeah, it must be really hard to milk almonds. They're very small, aren't they?
Right. Cam says he's only had eel in sushi, small bite-size eels. And yeah, same for me.
Yeah, and to be honest, I quite like that flavour because it's usually just the marinade that you taste. You know, it's that kind of brown colour it becomes.
Right, it's a little on the sweeter side, right?
Yeah. It's sweet. It's sometimes got some little bones that you can just seem to chew through, but the Korean eel on the grill that we'll see in video 2 is quite different in its taste and texture. Lilith from Hong Kong says, rabbit meat, though, can be very tough and dry if overcooked. Oh, so is it eaten in Hong Kong, I wonder, or in Chinese culture for the best part, maybe? I'd like to try it one day.
Yeah, same. And Toby says, I don't want to eat electric eel because I'm scared to get electrocuted.
I'm not sure if these are at all electric eels.
I don't think so.
They're just regular ones. Yeah. Although I think I might have heard something that many eels possess a certain electric current, but I don't think enough to like proper shock you, right? Raul says in Spanish, eel is anguila. Nice to know if I'm at a Spanish restaurant and maybe want to avoid an eel dish, perhaps.
Absolutely.
We got another message?
Yeah, Sherry says, nobody eats eel in the States, but then Tiger Blue Eyes comes in and says, in the States, you can get it in Asian markets. So I think both are true.
Okay.
You just got to get it at the right place.
Yeah, perhaps not a staple of the traditional American diet, right? In the UK, though, we do have a famous dish called jellied eel. I'm showing Cedric now the photos.
It looks so wonderful. I'm dying to try it.
We're definitely joking. Like, even as a Brit, when I see that, it comes out of like a can. It's full of like this jelly, which I think is part of the slime of the eel as well. And then you just eat it cold. And youngsters today don't eat it, but back in like the 50s when food was a bit scarce, it was very popular. And I think it was associated with like football. For some teams, they used to have a stall outside which would sell you some jellied eel.
Right.
Not a massive fan. We've also got a message from Sci-Fi Kimmy saying, one time I ate raw octopus in Hawaii. The suction cups on it tickled my tongue. Yeah, we can have that raw nakji here, right? You're allergic to...
I'm allergic.
So that's an excuse not to eat it. But it does taste all right, I think, dipped in the sesame oil and the salt. My kids even love it as well. And Noor says, I've never eaten eel. My body just responds by shaking because you're talking of the jelly and the slime. Maybe a reaction quite common to this slimy creature, right?
Right. Now, we are going to take a look at the second video where you'll actually see the eel being grilled and then, of course, us enjoying it. And then I'm going to give you my review after. So let's watch.
All right, let's see how it comes out then. So has it still got the skin on it, right? And they've just folded it in half.
Right.
Oh, wow. I've not seen it cooked like this either.
Oh, really?
It looks like a fillet of fish almost like that.
It actually took a little while to cook. So
And they season it as well.
Right.
With some salt. Yeah, it just looks like a big fillet of fish. You wouldn't necessarily know from looking like that it's eel. Oh, but there's quite a bit of red blood that you don't see in fish.
I don't know if you caught it, but that was a little heart still beating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, my goodness.
The server made it a point to show us.
Oh, to show like how fresh it is, perhaps?
Yes.
Oh, that looks quite tasty, the way it's grilled there and browned on one side. And is that just chunks of garlic as well?
It is. So he's showing us different ways to make it. Of course, you can wrap it in the perilla leaf or catnip.
And then with loads of little veggie side dishes in there as well. Becky's giving it a try. The perilla leaf is quite flavourful. I'm not a big fan.
Same.
You put it in the lettuce.
A little too strong.
Okay. Yeah. And there were little strips of ginger there, I think I see as well. It's all going in there.
This is the first bite here.
How is it?
I was surprised.
And there's must be lots of other flavours as well, so it doesn't like make it too strong.
Right, exactly.
Oh, there's seaweed as well.
Right.
You can have it in the seaweed. I think I'd like that.
that was actually probably my favorite way to eat it.
And that's the puchu, the like chives there that have been marinated in some spicy powder and sauce. How is the texture of it, though?
So the texture is quite soft. It wasn't chewy.
Oh, really?
It was more soft.
Okay, so kind of similar to maybe the chobap or sushi style.
Yeah, so I actually thought it was going to be very similar to, say, any sort of fish that you would grill. Because the fish is it's not chewy, but it has a little bit of roughness to it, whereas the eel was more, it kind of melts in your mouth, at least the grilled eel.
That looks amazing then, because the one that I had before, the gomjang, or I'm not sure what the translation is English, I'll find it later, was too chewy, and I was just like, I want to swallow this quickly.
Really?
But if it kind of melts in your mouth, and then with the seaweed or the lettuce as a sam, that looks really nice.
Right. So they had actually several different sauces, and the server made it a point because Becky, she went first making her wrap, and he was like, "No, you only use one sauce," because she dipped it in like both sauces. He's like, "No, just use one
at a time."
So I guess it's really important. But yeah, so you can get several different variations of flavor. Just with what's on the table.
So were there like a spicy sauce? Or?
There was a spicy sauce. There was more of a sweet sauce with a little bit of wasabi in there. And then there was another one, which I could not try. It was kind of like there was a samjang sauce. And then there was another one where it had some squid in it.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of looked like gochujang with like squid.
Maybe
basically.
some kind of chat. Like ojinga chokkal, I think is what we call it, and that's the raw squid in the kind of spicy sauce.
Yeah,
and you
it's
put it all
probably
together.
that. Yeah.
And as we said before, Cedric is allergic. He's not just being squeamish, right?
No, I actually enjoyed it as a kid. So
fantastic. Yeah, I think I would be up for that. And the thing about this that I think a lot of people will be surprised at is the wraps, because I think a lot of people know that from the barbecue of meats like could be beef or pork, you have the lettuce wraps.
Right.
But it seems to be a culture not restricted to just red meat, right?
Right. And so normally what you would do is you'd eat it with, usually you'll see it with grilled pork belly like samgyeopsal, and sometimes you'll see it with other sorts of beef. But you're able to do essentially the same thing with the grilled eel. Maybe some of the toppings and sides are a little different, but it's all the same concept.
Yeah, and here in Korea, what usually happens when you go to any kind of grill restaurant, now you can see this from the eel, is you'll eat that first, right? And then maybe have rice afterwards, or like a noodle dish or whatever, which is kind of the opposite, I suppose, or at least in the UK, you'd have your carbs with the meat, at the same time. You can ask for that. You can say 밥 지금 주세요 or whatever you're ordering and then have it together. That's usually how I like it. But I guess I've found out that you're just enjoying the main thing as much as possible on an empty stomach, right?
Right. I'm the guy that usually asks for rice. I didn't this time. But it was very good without even the rice, and I was able to eat more.
Fantastic. Kimmy says it looked like catfish in texture. I've not had catfish, but I have heard of like places in the States, maybe the Mississippi River and stuff, you can get catfish and like eat it.
Even in North Carolina, me and my dad used to go catfishing. He would bring it home and he would clean it up, cut it up, and
you'd eat
fry it up.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Does it taste similar to eel, do you think? Or?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Is it a different texture?
Definitely different.
Okie dokie. Let us know, guys and girls, where you're from, your neck of the woods. What kind of foods are there to like boost your vitality and your energy levels? Because that's the main thing about eel. And in particular, I think you're meant to get the tail. Like the very end of the tail is said to be the most potent for men. So I hope you ate that, Cedric.
Oh, man. I think I did eat it.
Maybe you'll have to go back and get it. We'll be back in part 3 with some of your content as well and some more chit chat. This is 소녀시대 테티서 with Adrenaline. Final part of K-Patch with Cedric in the studio. Today's theme is how to eat the foods that boost your energy and vitality, the boyangshik, as we say here in Korea. And we've got loads of messages coming in. Anna B from the US says, you guys just said that in the US you can get catfish. If you didn't know, the franchise Chicken Express that is all over the US, the fish fillet they sell is always catfish. Ooh, Oh, wow.
Wow, I didn't even know about that franchise, to be honest.
Chicken Express, not one I've heard, but I've got an excuse. I'm not from the States. But really, you can put it in like a fillet-o-fish kind of sandwich. I miss those here. We don't have them, I don't believe, in the Golden Arches
Yeah,
anymore.
that's true. Yeah, I used to
Good
eat
one.
those as a kid.
You'd think it was healthy because it's fish, but I think it's still quite bad for you.
Oh, of course. Aimlita from Indonesia says, I miss eating eel cracker. A lot of eel dishes here, but now it's hard to find in her city. And
Eel crackers?
yeah,
Wow.
I wonder why it's hard to find. Is that not a common thing?
I think, Aimlita, did you say that you moved, perhaps? Maybe that's why it's difficult to find. I'm not sure. Tofu from the UK says there's no good food that I enjoy in the UK. I normally get things from abroad to boost my energy. Yeah, the UK, even in Korea, is known for being quite a not very tasty cuisine centered country. But the great thing about the UK, therefore, is that we have so much cuisine from other parts of the world, including Korean restaurants in London that are really tasty, Indian food, Thai food. So I think that's the good thing, that we steal everyone else's.
Right. I heard your national food was curry.
It was for a while. I think it might have changed to Chinese takeaway as well.
Very cool.
So still not British.
Tiger Blue Eyes says LA has a lot of places that serve eel.
Oh,
That's
really?
interesting.
Maybe some Asian places, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, probably K-Town, maybe Chinatown around there.
We got Siska from Indonesia sending in some photos and videos. Thank you so much. You say that this is deep fried eel. Oh, wow. Serious. And it's stir fried with fumak veggies. So these are the
Wow.
veggies that you got. I think I've seen those vegetables in Chinese restaurants as well, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're called in English. And this is the deep fried eel itself. Is that really small eels, or are we looking at a giant plate? Because I can't tell from the scale.
Right, and that actually does look like catfish as well. Fried catfish.
Do
yeah.
you deep fry it kind of like that?
Yeah.
Like whole?
Yeah, I mean, you slice it up into big chunks and you deep fry it. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, do you have white bait in the States?
I don't know.
Like, it's almost like big melchi, the kind of anchovies that we have in Korea that have just been deep fried, and you dip them in some kind of like mayonnaise sauce or something like that. Looks really delicious. And you've also got this video as well. This is our food to boost up our energy. My mum always cooks it for me. Chicken ginger soup. It kind of looks like samgyetang,
Right.
a little more colourful.
The fact that it has ginger as well.
Yeah, chicken red
Oh.
yeast soup. Wow, that's very different, the colour itself. And chicken herbal soup. You've got the jujubes there, which we have in the samgyetang too. So that looks very similar to Korea's one, except for maybe lacking ginseng, which we have to put into our ones. And maybe sometimes some chestnuts as well taste good. You said we have this soup at least once or twice a month to boost up our stamina. I don't know why they all use chicken. The ginger one is similar with samgyetang, but we sometimes change, I guess, the ginseng to ginger, and I love all of them. Yeah, I wonder why chicken. It must have a scientific basis, because in the UK and the US we have chicken soup when we're feeling sick, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just comforting, and maybe, I don't know, but in the UK, I don't think chicken noodle soup is as common. What are the noodles in there? Like anything equivalent in Korean noodle dishes?
I don't think anything equivalent. I mean, it's usually like, it's not like the long noodles, at least from what I've had. It's usually like the little small pasta looking noodles.
Oh, so kind of more similar to maybe spaghetti-ish,
Yeah,
short
yeah.
strands of spaghetti.
But I am sure that there are probably different variations of it.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
must be across the States being so big, right? Lilith from Hong Kong says actual British cuisine is like pub food, or the food is really bland. That's why, and French people kind of turn up their noses at us. They're like, you have to eat ketchup with everything because your food is disgusting.
Right.
It's kind of true. Yeah, but ketchup is delicious. I absolutely love ketchup.
Yeah. And Lilith96 says, in HK in Hong Kong, most Japanese restaurants will have unagi-don or unagi-ju, the eel rice bowls or box.
Yeah, that's the kind of Japanese style, isn't it? And it's quite common to see that kind of restaurant here in Korea as well. Nur says, I've never eaten freshwater fish, never once in my life. I must say I prefer seawater fish as well. Like, I think some of the eels are sometimes freshwater, and there are some minmul fish, minmul is freshwater in Korea, and you can have like a tang or a jjigae with it in, so a soup that's spicy. I'm not a massive fan of it.
What are the main differences? Is it the fact that the salt water has salt in it, that it gives it a different flavor, or
I'm not sure about that. Like, they do usually salt the fish even more, like as a preparation for the saltwater fish. But the fish are often smaller, which means they have more bones to meat ratio, the freshwater ones.
Okay.
And then it's just so fiddly, like taking them out and stuff. I'm not brilliant at taking bones out of fish. I don't know about you, but Korean kids are like trained on that, right? So they're good. Are you good at taking it out like with the chopsticks and stuff?
Well, I have a funny story. I had a bone lodged in my throat as a kid.
Oh no!
And my mom, she like had to open my mouth with a flashlight and stick her finger and try to get the bone out. Yeah, so I'm a little traumatized with fish bones.
My mum was always like worried that would happen to me. So she would go through the fish, and I think a lot of Korean mums do it. They'll take out all the little bones for their kids. But then at one age, you kind of learn as a Korean to take them out and eat them. But I think us Westerners, sometimes we're a bit rubbish at that, right? We've also got something from Hartley linked to health as well. Hartley recently underwent some surgery. So these are maybe your medications for your hashtag health. Not such a summer boosting cuisine. But I guess these are like the Western medicine's version of something to make you feel better.
Yeah. They all look, most of them look familiar.
Oh, really? Some of those creams as well, maybe for pain too. Thank you for sending those in, Hartley. There are many health supplements taken here in Korea. As we heard from you, Cedric, that Becky takes the goat supplement.
Right.
Do you take any like vitamins or anything on a regular basis?
I haven't lately. I used to take multivitamins. And sometimes I'll, go on a protein powder binge where I'll just make protein smoothies, which I should get back to doing that. I
when
feel like
you're
it's
working
very helpful.
out.
Yeah,
here in Korea, lots of people take one supplement or another. I, in my bag, have the ginseng extract, which is a really thick thing in a pouch.
Right?
And then you just eat one of those a day. They sell them now individually at the convenience stores, right? So you can have your boost. I also got vitamin B and some resveratrol, and that's all thanks to Korean influences from my relatives, I think. Dark Dragon has sent in this photo. Can you guess what that is, Cedric?
It looks like chocolate milk, maybe?
It's apparently a milky coffee.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, not too far. And he says that here in the States, coffee seems to be, to a certain extent, good for your health. So I might drink my fourth one for the day. Goodness gracious. I'm not sure how many is the guideline, but I stick to, I think, maximum 2 a day.
Yeah, I'll do up to 3, maybe 4 on a much needed day.
Yeah, I remember you saying you're a bit of a coffee fiend. But I think the health guideline might be 4 or 5 is okay. But as long as you're not having too much cream and sugar and syrup in there, right?
That's right.
Thanks for coming in today, Cedric. Do you feel more energized after the eel on the weekend?
I do, to be honest. Yeah, so it works.
If you had the tail, you'd be jumping all over the walls. Absolutely. We're going to see you again next Monday. No theme set as of yet.
We're confirming it.
All right.
We'll let you guys know.
Send in your suggestions as well. And have a great week, Cedric.
All right. You guys too.
Let's play a song from Highlight. I believe this is a song request from one of our listeners. 얼굴 찌푸리지 말아요 literally means don't like scrunch up or frown on your face.